Welcome to the DX Today news desk, where you get facts and no hype. Today is Tuesday, January 20, 2026. Leading our broadcast, OpenAI confirms a major leap into consumer hardware, while regulatory pressures continue to reshape the global chip market.
Starting in Europe, Paris-based Mistral AI has released CodeStrol 2, the latest iteration of its specialized coding model. Unlike its predecessors, this model is designed specifically for local deployment on developer workstations, addressing privacy concerns regarding proprietary code leaving corporate networks. Early benchmarks suggest the model outperforms larger competitors in Python and JavaScript generation tasks, while requiring significantly less VRAM. This release reinforces Mistral's strategy of providing high-performance, open-weight alternatives to the closed ecosystems of U.S. tech giants, specifically targeting enterprise developers who require strict data governance.
OpenAI has officially ended months of speculation, confirming plans to unveil its first consumer hardware device in the second half of this year. Developed in collaboration with former Apple design chief Jony Ive, the device represents a strategic pivot for the company beyond pure software. While technical specifications remain under tight wraps, early reports indicate this will be a screenless device focused entirely on seamless voice interaction. The goal is to create a dedicated AI companion that reduces reliance on traditional smartphones, offering a more intuitive, conversational interface for daily tasks. Turning to the markets, NVIDIA shares slipped approximately 3% following clarifications on chip exports. While initial rumors suggested a blockade by Chinese customs, it has been confirmed that the halt in H200 AI processor shipments is a direct result of tightened export controls from the U.S. Department of Commerce. This regulatory enforcement has forced suppliers to pause production on components intended for the Chinese market, effectively freezing over 1 million anticipated orders. The situation underscores the continued volatility in the semiconductor supply chain, driven by geopolitical friction between Washington and Beijing.
Meta is restructuring its priorities, reportedly laying off 1,500 employees from its Reality Labs division, a cut affecting about 10% of that unit's workforce. This move marks a decisive pivot away from Mark Zuckerberg's original, capital-intensive metaverse vision. Instead, the company is reallocating resources towards AI infrastructure and its hardware hits, such as the Ray-Ban smart glasses, which have gained traction due to their integrated AI assistants. This signals that Meta sees immediate consumer value in AI-enhanced physical reality rather than purely virtual environments. In a thought-provoking critique of the current AI landscape, Google DeepMind CEO Demis Hassabis stated that today's large language models are hitting a ceiling. Hassabis argues that mere pattern matching is insufficient for true intelligence. He is calling for the development of world models, systems capable of simulating physical reality and running internal thought experiments before acting. According to DeepMind, this transition from text prediction to physical causality is the necessary bridge to achieving artificial general intelligence, or AGI, moving the field beyond chatbots and into systems that understand the world as we do.
Supply chain giant TSMC is aggressively expanding its advanced packaging capabilities to meet the insatiable demand for AI hardware. The company is ramping up its chip-on-wafer-on-substrate technology, known as CoWoS, aiming to process 130,000 wafers per month by the end of the year. Reports indicate that NVIDIA has already locked in approximately 60% of this 2026 capacity to support its Blackwell and upcoming Rubin chips. This dominance in securing manufacturing capacity highlights NVIDIA's strategy to maintain its lead in the hardware sector by effectively booking out the world's most advanced production lines.
Elon Musk has announced the open sourcing of the recommendation algorithm behind the X platform. The code reveal confirms that the feed is now powered by the same transformer architecture found in xAI's Grok model. Musk stated this move is intended to provide transparency regarding how content is surfaced to users, allowing independent auditing of the system's logic. This update aligns with a broader strategy to deeply integrate xAI's technology into the X ecosystem, replacing legacy code with generative models to handle content curation and relevance ranking. Amazon is rolling out a new generative AI feature for its Android and iOS apps called Help Me Decide. This tool analyzes a user's search history and preferences to simplify complex purchasing decisions.
Instead of scrolling through thousands of listings, the AI organizes recommendations into clear categories, such as top picks, budget options, and upgrade options. This represents Amazon's latest push to embed AI utility directly into the customer journey, moving beyond simple search queries to a more consultative shopping experience that helps users weigh trade-offs between different products.
In the financial sector, HSBC has announced a major partnership with Harvey, a legal AI platform backed by the OpenAI Startup Fund. The bank will deploy Harvey's generative AI tools across its global legal function. The software will be used to assist with contract analysis, due diligence, and regulatory compliance tasks. This collaboration marks one of the most significant adoptions of specialized generative AI in banking to date, signaling that regulated industries are moving past the pilot phase and beginning to integrate these models into core operational workflows. The University of Manchester has launched a first-of-its-kind initiative with Microsoft, providing Microsoft 365 Copilot access to its entire community of 65,000 students and staff. Unlike limited trials elsewhere, this is a full-scale deployment aimed at democratizing access to advanced AI tools. The program includes comprehensive training on responsible use and AI literacy, designed to bridge the digital divide. The university states this move is essential to prepare students for a workforce where fluency in generative AI will be a baseline requirement.
Moonshot AI, a prominent player in China's large language model landscape, is finalizing a new funding round that values the startup at $4.8 billion. The company is best known for its flagship Kimi K2 thinking model, which has performed competitively against Western models in recent benchmarks. This capital injection comes amidst a broader surge of investment into China's so-called AI tigers, as domestic tech giants and venture firms race to secure a foothold in the rapidly maturing local generative AI market.
Rounding out our update, Samsung Electronics has begun the full-scale deployment of its second-generation proprietary AI model, Gauss 2, within its semiconductor manufacturing division. Moving beyond consumer devices, this industrial application of Gauss is tasked with analyzing wafer production data to optimize yield rates in real time. Samsung reports that the AI integration has already reduced the time required for testing new 2-nanometer process nodes by 20%. This move highlights how major foundries are using generative AI not just as a product to sell, but as a critical tool to solve the physical challenges of chip fabrication.
That wraps up our briefing for DX Today News Desk, where you get facts and no hype. I'm your host. Thanks for listening.